So it's a 5-second delay. It's not bad. So like delay is like 5 seconds, I think. Yeah, a 5-second delay isn't too bad. That's manageable. We chilling. Why did I bring full fuel? We're not doing that. I'm gonna do my usual load of like 28 minutes. Should be good. There we go, that's fine. Nothing on the scope yet, but I do see someone up there. They're not in range though, unfortunately. I don't even know. Yeah, that's a lot of shit up there. So I'm gonna just not worry about it and go this way. Slow up a little bit. Okay. I don't think it's gonna get him. It might actually. Yeah, nice. So he doesn't see that, which I don't think he will. Because, yeah. Okay. And then see if we can get this guy as well once my pilot wakes up. He was taking a little bit of a nap, but he was only got before I did. Ah, man. Focus control. Yeah, okay. I'm dead here. That was a team kill, of fucking course it was. teammates are just enemies with the blue name tag, or in my case, purple. There really is no difference, if you're being fully honest. It's a decent map, so we should be fine.
Предельная перегрузка. Предельная перегрузка. Включено воздушное торможение. Включено воздушное торможение.
Wow, they're so fucking annoying. There's no way I don't die to this. See if I can get something done here. Not see anything, fortunately. There we go. Might be able to get this F5. Nice. Getting too low. Yeah. I'm only fast. I need that, but I'm still gonna use it. Nah, I'm gonna hit a tree. Are you kidding me? Well, this is going great. Yep, and my crew's locked for 5 minutes. Can't change vehicle because of the locked crew. This is amazing. Let's make a tank line up and go do that for a few minutes. That'll work. I guess I can play 7-7. I think I actually ever played the IS-3, so. Alright, I forgot because this thing exists. I can't actually go into a tank game. So I'll just do Germany for a little bit. Alright.
Aufsitzen und bereit machen für Feindkontakt. Klar machen zum Gefecht.
Kraftfahrer bereit. Richtschütze bereit.
Ladeschütze bereit.
I haven't played tanks in a while, so this is gonna be either really, really good or there might be a lot of pain, but I'm not really feeling it because German mains are blind and I'm playing Germany right now. Guaranteed it's been some pretty brain dead tank gameplay. Saw that guy. Maybe like a little spot to snipe. How's this? I think I'll like push up here a little bit. Oh. Can I hit that? Yeah, just gotta actually aim. Nice. There we go. If I actually aim properly, that's good. Let's see here. I'm not good at B point, actually. Nope. Somebody probably right around this corner. Oh, it's clear enough, I think. Yeah. Nope, that was not clear. I don't even know where that guy was. Talking to me. Fuck. That was the F-82 who suicide bombed and missed. Nice. Fucking idiot. Dude, the heavy, like, here-ish. I would like to get a kind of spot for some longer range shots because the Panther is not exactly made for up close. But I don't think I'll have that option, if I'm being completely honest here. Let's see what I can do though. Not exactly the best of the Panther D. I also really hate this map, but it is what it is, I suppose. Can't really do much about that. Right over this ridge should be... Yep, there we go. Alright, I can't aim. Right there, I think should be good. is that a jumbo? What is that? I actually don't know what that is. It's a Sherman of some flavor.
Wir wurden getroffen.
Considering I can't pen that frontal plate, I'm led to think it might be a jumbo. And I'm not trying to fight one of those right now. Let me see if I can get around to its side. I can definitely pen it from the side, but no way in hell I'm going to pen it from the front. What do we got? Yep, that was a Sherman S-26. Exactly what I thought. Transport this Tiger 8. Getting there? Nope. Okay. So we can kill out of that. Where is like anybody over here? I don't know, my game ended. Alright, I'll take that. Yeah, okay, my plane is done, so we can go back to play that now. Though I did kind of enjoy playing tanks, so I might go back to that at some point. Pradesh with no bad weather from the looks of it, so I'm thinking this is actually going to be a good time. We can do like a little flank out to this side, and then we're gonna turn in a bit later. I take back what I said about there being not bad weather, because I'm seeing a lot of clouds right now, but middle of the map looks pretty clear, so I think we should be good. Let's see. Nothing visual except for this guy up here on height. It's probably an F-14. So depending on BR, it could be an F-15. speed of that contrail is definitely giving off F15. Might be an E, but I don't think I'm in that BR right now.
Предельная перегрузка.
Someone behind me?
Предельная перегрузка.
To be honest, having a really hard time telling what's going on here.
Предельная перегрузка. Предельная перегрузка.
Especially because no one's spotted. It's like a royal pain in the ass.
Предельная перегрузка.
Yeah, I'll go for the F20. Nope, he's already dead. 24R on that guy.
Предельная перегрузка. Переведи набор. Переведи набор.
Nah, never mind. Most people are just dying before I can actually get a missile off. I'm gonna get the F-18. Yeah, nice. Pop a U-turn here. We'll start heading this way, see if we can't clean up any other hills, but also the game is pretty much over at this point. Got an F-16 up on height. I'm just gonna sling an R-27T at him, and then we're gonna see what he does. F4S on lower altitude. Yeah, I'll fire on that. Nice. Get that guy out of here. That missile is still tracking the F-16. I don't think it's gonna actually hit him though, but here's hoping. I will maybe get the kill on this F4 over here. Yep, that's Surveyor, so that's my kill now. I'm gonna go ahead and break off. The other team killed. I honestly couldn't have guessed. That's my kill, I think. Yeah, cool. Well, 3 kills. The Tornado F3 somehow got a base. I'll take that. Pretty good game. Alright, we have the ET now. We're gonna go ahead and research the R-27ER. And then we'll be done with the air-to-air stuff. And then we're gonna go back for all of the flight mods. And I'm thinking, hopefully, by the time that's done, we should have the 27 SM. We're gonna go ahead and edit this, add the ETs instead of the regular Ts. I don't know how much of a difference it's gonna make, but we shall see. Alright, same map again, except now we have a bunch of clouds, so it'll be a slight pain to actually do anything, unfortunately. I'll try to make it work. Hell? Yeah, just ignore game chat. I don't know what they're on about right now. Alright. I don't even think I want to know what prompted them to start this discussion. Bro, did you do this? Oh, what's up? I remember you. I don't know why I just typed in chat instead of just talking, but hello.
Предельная перегрузка.
Welcome in. What happened? Well, I was kind of just sent this at random and been like, use this, trust. So I'm gonna use it now. Okay, seriously, what prompted you to join? Like,
Предельная перегрузка. Предельная перегрузка.
where
Предельная
is this
перегрузка.
bastard?
Предельная перегрузка.
I saw your vid on my teams.
Высота.
Which video? Was it the SU-27 first game? Because that's probably the one it was.
Переведи в набор. Предельная перегрузка. Предельная перегрузка. Переведи в набор. Предельная перегрузка.
If it makes it weirder, this character is a man.
Разрешен.
Makes sense, okay. I was promised 1 billion views for using this model. I haven't gotten it yet. I was scammed. Damn, right. If you build it, they will come. Yeah. For some people, probably both ways. Let's be honest here. Am I wrong, though? I just saw your DM. Oh my god. Alright, look, I was originally gonna do this as a joke, but it kind of stuck, so. I think whatever this thing is probably gonna stick around for a little bit. What do you mean, no? Okay. There's a big delay in chat, so I'm seeing your messages a bit later. Alright, bet. I'll catch you later. See ya, mate. That's fucking hilarious. Alright. Why have I gotten the same map like 3 times in a row? What the hell is this? I want some variety, man. I want some variety. What did I do here? Yeah, I'll do that later. dodge out of this gun. Maybe I can get like a good dogfight here. Or not. Nope, we're gonna get by another person. Nope, little lag spike. I don't know what happened there. Come on, ET, get him. Do that. Nice. Ooh, I want this guy instead. Block up, block up. Oh, come on, only a crit. Are you kidding me? That. Dodge out of the way of this. Alright, oh, I'm on G-lock. Shit, not good. Start getting down on this J11. Give him something to think about. That. Oh, yeah, that was a bad idea. Yeah, it was a J11, so nothing much I could do there. Wow, that was... How far even are we on this thing? Oh, not there, eh? Not good. I need like a couple really good games, and then we should have the ER unlocked. Just I don't know how long it's gonna take me though, unfortunately. Oh, this is T29. All right, finally a different map. I don't know how to say the name of this one, but it's at least more variety. Alrighty. Let us do this. Just need like maybe a couple 3 or 4 kill games, and then we should be golden. Because once I have the R27ER, this thing should get one a hell of a lot easier to play. In theory, anyways. We'll see how it actually goes. I think after I get, what's it called? The flight mods and the ER, then at that point I should be almost to the 27 SM. I'm gonna break off and go this way and not really throw myself into a fur ball here. I'd rather not get like 16 v1. That would be very unfun. Let's do this. Unfortunately, I'm gonna fly right into the sun, so seeing stuff going to be a royal pain, especially when the spotting system is the way it is. We all know War Thunder's spotting system sucks and hardly works. Can I get the chorus? Yes. One for you. And one for you. We are 73 instead. Or just go. It was a bad idea. I went right in front of him. I'm probably dead here, I think. I need my pilot to wake up. Alright, let's see. We have missile there. The guy back there. There's this guy here. Alright, we got Severe on him. Just gotta loop on over. Try and dodge his guns and that missile, which should be fine. Alright, cool, he's dead now. I don't have my damn qualifications. I'm gonna black out every 10 seconds. Alright, we good. Down to 327Rs and 2 R73s. Should be more than enough. We'll get a little short-range shot on this F-15 here. He should be dead to that. Hopefully. Nah, he's flying way too low. Just gonna make that hit the ground. Break off for a second, go over this F-18C. Did I hit that? No. That was kind of a Hail Mary of a shot. I didn't expect it to really hit. That should get him though, unless he actually manages to flare it. But 2 kilometer R73 shot from a dead rear aspect, ain't no way. What the hell is his problem? Oh man. Alright. We are about 6,000 RP away from the 27 ERs, give or take. Just need one more, like 3 or 4 kill game, and it's mine. Alright. Let us... Oh, back to... What's this map? Kamchatka? Kamchatka? How the hell do you say that? Kamchatka. I'll just say... Kamchatka. That's how you say it. There we go. Perfect. And go figure, it's some random ass field in the middle of Russia with some volcanoes. I feel like most of the maps in War Thunder are like that, honestly. They're just some random place in the middle of Russia. Honestly, I might just make that a pin comment of this and be like, "This." Go ahead and pin that. Oh, I can't pin it. Damn it. I gotta do that whole like verification bullshit just to pin a comment. Finally getting some activity on the sensors here, so.
В набор. Предельная перегрузка. Предельная перегрузка. Переведи в набор. Предельная
Alright, what are we working with?
в набор.
We got a flanker up on height, F-16 and F-18 relatively close to the ground. We got a Mirage who's way out there. Then there's F-14 who's basically point blank, so. Oh, never mind, he's at the ground.
Предельная перегрузка.
Swear to God, if I crash into his carcass, I'd be very mad, but we don't have to worry about that because I'm just better, so
Перегрузка. Предельная перегрузка.
I haven't crashed ever. Totally.
Предельная перегрузка. Крен направо. Предельная перегрузка. Переведи
Don't check back like 40 minutes in his VOD or stream, whatever it's called. How did a missile give me a crit? Like, what? On Mirage. Yeah, I thought I fired a ET at you, but I guess you decided to flare that. Okay, I thought I also flared his missile, but I guess not. ET fired a 7P at me, I thought it was the same time. Here, I'm gonna jump in the Su-33 for a few games, just to get a little bit of a better aircraft for a little bit. I would like to finish the research for the Su-27SM, but I don't think I will. We'll see how things go. Like, if I start doing really, really well, then I'm gonna finish it, but if it starts to drag on, then I won't. All right, let's get a little more fuel. Let's do 30 minutes of fuel.
Атака БРЛС. Атака БРЛС. Прямо. Атака БРЛС.
All right. We'll go off to the left here.
Атака БРЛС. Справа. Атака БРЛС. Справа. Выше.
A little bit of buffering. I don't know why.
Атака БРЛС. Справа. Выше.
Apparently I have a good bit rate, and apparently the stream is excellent condition, not so. I don't know why I did that.
Атака БРЛС. Справа. Ниже. Атака ВРС.
I might try to add like
Атака
a chat
ВРС.
overlay
Справа.
for tomorrow, maybe. At least some more stuff that's happening besides just the gameplay, just to try to keep it a little bit more visually appealing.
Предельная перегрузка. Атака ВРС. Прямо. Выше. Атака ВРС. Прямо.
Not really feeling high altitude right now.
Атака ВРС. Переведи в набор. Высота. Переведи в набор. Переведи в набор. Предельная перегрузка. Предельная перегрузка. Переведи в набор. Предельная перегрузка. Переведи в набор. Переведи.
Alright, let's see here.
Срез налево. Срез налево. Атака ВРС. Прямо. Ниже. Переведи в набор. Переведи в набор. Атака ВРС.
I'll take a little pot shot at that guy, see what happens. Another Su-33. Oh, I got a hit on him. That's a start. Trying to actually kill this guy so he doesn't come back to the R-73 me later. Oh, nice little double kill. Let's go. Ooh, going up high was probably a really bad idea. That was a waste of an ER. I don't know why I did that. I'm gonna drop it way back down to the deck here. My ER, I can't. Oh, come on. That was probably, yeah, it was AM3. I really hate that damn missile. We'll do a few more in this thing and then we'll go back to the other one. Alright. I'm not doing airfield spawn. And of course, bad weather, so there'll be clouds in our face the entire time. Nope, tracking just broke. You love to see it.
Прямо. Ниже. Атака ВРС. Прямо. Ниже.
You know what? I'm not gonna fix it, I don't think. It's fine the way it is.
Атака ВРС. Прямо. Ниже. Атака ВРС. Прямо. Ниже. Атака ВРС. Атака ВРС. Прямо. Выше. Высота. Высота. Атака ВРС. Прямо. Выше.
Alright, we're gonna go off this way a little bit.
Предельная перегрузка.
I think if I stay close to the volcano here, maybe try to sling a missile over it, that should be good.
Атака ВРС. Прямо. Выше.
There's a risky tactic that I used a little while ago where I would basically use a teammate to get a R27ER going, unlock them, and then I would restart the lock once I found an enemy.
Высота. Переведи в набор. Переведи в набор. Предельная перегрузка. Предельная перегрузка. Переведи в набор.
It's really risky because if you
В набор.
don't
Предельная перегрузка.
fire it right, it'll be a complete waste of a missile. Or if the teammate flies perfectly straight, the IOG on the ER will actually just make the missile go right into them. What the hell was that?
Переведи в набор. Предельная перегрузка. Переведи в набор. Предельная перегрузка. Свет налево.
I don't know if y'all saw that, but there's like this little freak something that just went by. I'm going this way. Oh, there's somebody. Oh, is that him? Where is? Oh, there he is. I don't think that's gonna hit. I'm gonna be honest with you. That might. He seems a distractor right now. How much fuel or bombs? What the hell is he carrying? Of course it did. Of fucking course it did. Maybe the R-73 will get him back. Yeah, it did. Nice. Yeah, we love when the ET decides to just go ahead and team kill someone. It's always a good time. We'll hop back in the regular SU-27 for a little bit, try to finish this damn thing out. Alright. On Spain. That's an okay map. Not doing airfield spawn, though. That's why I like defaults to airfield spawn instead of an air spawn, because like most people are going to do an air spawn, so I don't even know why you are able to do the airfield stuff. Like, I mean, for sim, obviously, you have to do the ground spawn, but in RB, why can't it just be, like, only air spawn? And I guess most of the maps will allow you to do an air point, if not all of them, but you can still, you know, think you have it set to air spawn, but then it gives you another variant of the map defaulting to airfield. If you don't catch it, then you're going to be on the ground and at a major disadvantage because you're getting to the battle later. He's already launching? What? Okay.
Высота. Предельная перегрузка. Высота.
We're gonna go middle of the map. Let's see what we can do over there.
Направо. Предельная перегрузка. Предельная перегрузка. Переведи в набор. 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 Предельная перегрузка. Переведи в набор. Переведи в набор. Крен направо. Крен направо. Переведи в набор. Переведи в набор. Переведи в набор. Пуск разрешен. Переведи в набор. Предельная перегрузка. Переведи в набор.
Hoping to finish off that kill there, but I guess not. And I lost control again, because of course I did. I did get an assist for it though, so at least we're getting something out of this game. Let's see if I can't clean up a few more kills here. Should it be safe to fire an ET at this point? We're gonna... God. Yeah, not really much I could do there. I'm just a magnet for missiles. I don't know why. It's just not. Whatever. It's fine. I'm gonna keep doing this till I get this thing done, or till I get the next plane. And then I got stuck right in this fucking thing. Ugh, that's gonna suck. Move it down here, maybe? I think. Yeah, I figured there was gonna be something on me. May swap over to the ET. Okay. Is that gonna hit him? That is actually gonna hit him. Nice. Do I hear a double kill? Yes, I do. Do I hear 3? No, I'm not. Ooh, there's still a lot of things going on. I'm dead here. I'm so dead here. God damn it, man. Fucking no qualification, can't fucking pull up. Having such a good game too, and just had to put it right into the fucking ground and lock my crew. I'll just go play tanks for a little bit. Wait for this to unlock.
Aufsitzen! Los, los, los!
Gefechtsbereitschaft herstellen.
Kraftfahrer bereit. Richtschütze bereit. Ladestütze bereit.
The hell? Why am I on 200 ping? Okay, never mind, it's normal now, but what the hell is that? I don't know why it's on ultra low settings. Oh, rip. He's playing on integrating graphic. And I feel his pain there. What the fuck was that? Okay. Guess we're dealing with pretty shitty ping this game. I don't see what that was. As I can see, I'm gonna go.
Sinder! Liebe! Bestätige Koordinaten! Aufgepasst! Warte Feuer!
That's the Tiger West, the premium. This way. There we go, I see a guy over there. I'm gonna try and get him. I'm also pretty open right here, unfortunately. I can't, like, get an angle on this guy. There we go. Oh, got him. Wait a minute. I saw that. There. Yes, nice.
Ziel getroffen. Ziel ausgeschaltet.
Panzergranate geladen.
I love this fucking gun. It's so accurate. The only one that kind of compares to this for me is the IS-2's gun. I mean, yeah, the projectile drop is very noticeable, but other than that, it's fun. I saw that. I saw that chemical flash. Gotta figure out where the tank actually is. It's not like light tank here, I think. No, nothing. Cover. Oh, there we go. Here he is. There was two of them. I'm
Ziel
dead.
beschädigt!
There's three, what the hell? I'm gonna call RU on my head, because I am dead here. Yeah, no. What are the chances of this shit? Oh, the team killed. Nice. He dropped a bomb on me and got to his friendlies. You love to see it. Apparently an SPG over here. Are we already being pushed back to spawn? Can we bait when that destroyer eventually fires? Where is he? Oh, I didn't realize the Oswin could do that. Light tank. Yep. So he's coming around this corner here. Trying to do that Oswin ninja bait. Or not. What is he shooting? Like, this is where I got like an ambushed by 3 people, so I'd like for that to not happen again. That guy's dead to cat. That's why I really hate cast mode. That's bullshit sometimes. SPG back here, I'll see if I can maybe move around and get him. Okay, he's right around this corner. No, it was an M36, so he's dead now. Have I done anything in this game? I've got 1 kill. Alright. Go try to get C point, or at least get near it so I can try to get a few more kills. This is the problem that I'm starting to have with tanks. You just drive around for like 10 minutes, and I'll actually do anything. When you do find an enemy, they tend to just knife you across the map. And it bounced. It's got a fire.
Panzergranate geladen.
Okay. Might be at oh god. He's fired. Nice. There we go. Oh shit. Alright. I'm actually surprised I managed to bounce that.
Panzergranate geladen.
Would not be coming from a hill in fourth gear. I would have this thing probably in first or second. I saw someone spotted over here, I just don't see where. Oh, there he is. There's the tank. Oh, come on. Are you kidding me? Right there. How many ammo racks have I got in this game? I swear I've gotten at least 3.
Panzergranate geladen.
For our T-34s, see what he's up to. Ah, there's the guy up there. Okay, that's about it. Can't shoot. Yeah, I saw that guy way too late, but he just didn't take me out. So I am unfortunately missing 2 of my crew members. Can't like. Let me get a shot here. Get a shot on this. Am I safe at this angle? I think so. Yeah, I'm fine. Okay, cool. 4 kills, not the greatest performance, but I'll take it. Wait, did they rename the Tiger too? Yeah, they did. Looks the same to me, but... Oh, they redid the internals, I see. Okay. Did they update the model for the other one? I wonder. Yeah, yeah, they did. They updated the models for all of this, it looks to be. Nice, nice. This is that new tank, the T-58. What's the armor like? Holy shit. Okay, let's see. So at 8.3, I'd probably be facing this thing in my, where is it? I think this one. Yeah, literally cannot get through most of the tank. Like you can get like okay, if you hit it right here, it's dead. Actually, not quite. So to kill it right here, I guess this entire lower, optimally right there, I guess is the shot you want. But you can't do that at like this angle. Like that could be a good shot, like right in there. I don't know. This thing is pretty damn tanky. Would not want to be dealing with this thing at all. All right, let us finish this plane. We are almost to the ERs, so we're almost to all the good weapons. And then we should be relatively smooth sailing while we finish the upgrades. So after this, I'll go back for all the flight performance stuff, then the air-to-ground stuff, and then, as I've said, by that point in time, we should be done. I cannot spell today. Oh, what the hell just happened there? I think server hamster is dead. Well, that was an experience.
Предельная перегрузка. Переведи в набор. Переведи в набор. Переведи в набор.
Honestly, I'm just gonna throw myself right into the fray here, 'cause I don't think I'm gonna last very long. Oh, yep, okay. Literally on cue. Fucking died to one of those French missiles. Ah, this is a pretty good map. You know, I'm gonna go over here today. There we go. I want to be on the left side of the screen for a little bit. Well, that's gonna look really good in a replay. I might try to clip that. How the hell am I outrunning this guy? That missile's still on the way. It's definitely close now. Try and loft that. Yeah, he's going up. He's dead to it. Be down. Not getting very lucky with these shots today. That was a waste of a missile. I'm gonna swing around and try to get a couple of these guys with the R-73. After I'm done losing control. Away the guns. One for you. And we'll do one of these guys for you. He said that. Nice. Well, this guy's dead. Got one left. I'll go up and over. Oh my god, can I stop blacking out for 2 seconds? Fire missile. It's gonna hopefully kill him? Yes. Okay, sweet. Alright, that should be it with the R-27ER. Alright. Let us start using proper missiles. All right, so now we're gonna go do compressor. So the plan here is we're gonna do just kind of line by line. And then we'll start getting all of our bonuses and it'll be great. All right, preset actions, edit, ER, ER, ER. Perfect. Now we have a proper loadout. So we'll finish compressor. I think first I'm gonna do airframe and the bombs right here. Because I should be able to get those done a lot quicker because it's only 2, and then we'll go back up to rank 1 for the rest of those modifications, and then we'll just kind of go from there. That's the plan, at least.
Предельная перегрузка.
Guarantee most of them are going to say track well scanned. Oh, I was wrong. See what, if anyone else responds what they're going to say.
Предельная перегрузка.
So now I can actually be a little more aggressive with these things. I still want to be a little more picky, because I only have 4 of them, but at least I can start taking actual long-range shots if I would like to. Though I do still find it kind of funny to use the thing at point blank. Are those both going for the same guy? Yeah, I think they are. My ER isn't going to track, unfortunately. Let's do one on this guy. Oh, wait, it went for the Hornet? Okay. I mean, on one hand, I kind of wasted one of them, but on the other hand, I'll take it, I guess. No, I should have probably tried to notch that, but I wasn't paying attention. Fun times.
Высота. 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 Перегрузка. Высота.
See if that'll work out for me.
Высота. Высота. Высота.
It should hit him.
Высота.
How are the flares in front of the plane? Okay, I'm not even gonna question how that's happening.
Предельная перегрузка.
Even more proof that guys and servers are pretty shit right now. Got a J37 here. Let's do. That's probably never gonna hit him, but for the shot. No, someone else coming frighted. Happens, I guess. Fire that. Block his missile. Do the lock. Waste. I mean, maybe an R-73 could have pulled into that, but I'm not really keen on wasting it. I guess we love being outrated tenfold and having 0 G tolerance in this thing. God, how many missiles are you gonna fire? Man just dumped like half of his 9Ls on me. Maybe even all of them. Okay. Got 1 ER left. Well, except for the one I just fired, but you know. Let's try to make both these count. That's a kill with one of them. Is that going for me? No, we're good. But that might be. We love how the game's spotting system just doesn't work half the time. Or rather, it works when it's being used in the enemy's favor, but not in your favor. If he's already surveyed, that'll just finish him off, but yeah, that's fine. Alright, cool. Yeah, the last guy's 57 KOA. Not really trying to deal with that, so I'm just gonna clean up some AI, try to get some more RP. Okay, that is nice. There's a Harrier over there. Oh, it's just the Harrier left. He's probably dead pretty soon. Yeah, if I had to guess, this Harrier is not gonna last very long. Can an ET even hit this? I'll just fire anyway. It might be able to. Yeah, definitely. I'm really surprised on just how like far those things can reach. All right, compressor is done. So let's do what's another rank we can finish off pretty quickly. I think just staying with rank 1 is probably the easiest thing to do. We'll do a 30 mil first. All right. Let's do a couple more games. I kind of want to do like a yapping session. Yeah, so we're gonna do a few more games, and then I'm gonna do like a big old yapping session. 'Cause I saw something posted that I would like to talk about for a little bit, but we'll see. Hmm. All right. Let's see here. About probably I think halfway done spading this plane, so making some pretty good progress, if I do say. Let's see how we do. I kind of moved over to the left side of the screen because chat was getting a little too hectic. Alright, so for this map, I think the best play here is to probably go out to the left around this area here. But if these people here on height start to close in a little too much, I'll turn in, fire a long-range missile, and then turn back out. Alright, should be good to turn back in.
Предельная перегрузка.
Or not.
Предельная перегрузка.
Can I get a shot on anyone here? I don't think so. Yeah, no, that's probably an AMRAM. See if I get lucky with the notch here, because I'm really not very good at notching. I think I got it off me. I don't hear the beeping anymore, so we should be good. Get one on this F-14. No, never mind, he's dead. Do this guy here. I think my ER can lead that. Yeah, I was about to say, if that doesn't kill him, I'd be very mad because it was going around top of him. Got a Griffin here. I don't know if that's gonna hit because he's pretty low right now. Yeah, he's like skimming the ground. Well, it did hit him, it just didn't kill him. Try my luck again on this F-15. Oh, he's on fire now. His drop tanks. There we go. Got him. Do this F-16, and then I will go for that SM in a second. Never mind, he's dead, so I'm not gonna go. No, it hit me there. I'm gonna be honest, I got no idea. Oh wait, no. There we go. That might get him. Come on, please, please, please. Kill him, kill him. Yes, nice. No, he died before. Damn it. Oh, come on. I don't even know where the SD-10 came from. Like, freaking hate when that happens, when, like, you think you get the kill, but the other guy's missile hit, like, a fraction of a second before, so you're just robbed. You hate to see it. Alright, back on Mysterious Valley, and I gotta say, I do not like this map one bit. Let's see. I mean, no like, reason why, it's just not a map that I find fun. My tracking's going a little haywire. I forgot this just puts a window in the middle of the fucking screen. Totally gonna add items on the character, but I'll do it later.
Предельная перегрузка.
I'm thinking we do one more game of this, and then I got a little bit of a yapping session I want to go on for probably the rest of the stream. Alright, so that guy just died. Can I retarget something, maybe? Yeah, there we go. That missile's probably not gonna hit that. No, actually, maybe it will. I would like to reuse this missile if possible. Nice. Perfect. Love getting those like weird kills that look like they're not gonna hit, but they end up doing. Yeah. 2R70 or called 227ERs. No way I'm gonna call that shit. No, I'll do one more, and then we'll start to transition to my little yapping session. Let me make sure I have this like ready. Let me get my yapping session set up so it's easy to transition. Alright. One game, let's make it count. Or let's try to anyways.
Предельная перегрузка.
Once this guy's in range, I'll take a shot at him. We'll see what happens. Alright, he is within range.
Предельная перегрузка.
I'll pull him to gimbal limit and we'll see if that'll hopefully hit. I'm on ER. Why are we losing lock?
Предельная перегрузка.
Start turning this way. A little bit. Do I fire a second one? Nah. It's fine. Nah, I was just gonna glide right into him.
Предельная
Alright, next guy. There.
пуск разрешен.
I'm gonna try and keep my speed. So I can hopefully just go cold if need be. I see a third. So after this F-14 goes down, I'll retarget. There he is. He's at 10 kilometers. I don't see how he's gonna be dodging this one. Come on, clouds. There we go, he's dead. He's dead. Nice.
Предельная перегрузка.
180 upwards. I think this guy's got his degrees wrong.
Пуск разрешен.
He did some fuck 490, just did some wacky ass stunt where this guy's got the what's it called stuff wrong. Where is this guy? Alright, he's fireball right now, so we're not gonna worry about that. Do maybe
Предельная перегрузка.
ET1. I'm gonna hold fire on that guy. Oh, he saw it literally last second. You lucky bastard. It looked like I just fooled his missile with another missile. I don't think that's what happened, but it sure looked like it. Ah, damn. I thought I could have dodged that, but oh well. Probably should have just turned out last time, but I didn't think about it. Okay, I have something I would like to talk about for a little bit. So let's transition to a bit of a yapping session. So we'll put this here. Okay, so this got posted like I don't remember exactly how long ago. I will find the tweet in a second. You just get it like sized properly. Yeah, good enough. Okay. So this was posted 2 days ago, and we gonna read it. I'm not gonna read the entire thing because it's actually 1,000 pages, but we are going to read part of it. So we're at least gonna get through obviously the intro here. We'll do. I definitely want to do this one, and I definitely want to do the one on Nano. All right, let's get started. So, just real quick, a bit of background. 5 months ago. Oh, let's take it down. No, it wasn't. 5 months ago, April 26th, bunch of stuff came out against this person here, Cinder. And allegedly, according to this current document, it was not true, but I don't know. I don't know if I want to believe that. So the gist of what happened is there was some like speculation for like manipulation and generally this person just being a complete dick. So she terminated this person, redacted, which is apparently her partner, and then got back together like in this document. So then posted this pretty crappy apology. Not gonna lie, this was terrible. Like this was actually horrible, and literally everybody admits that. Then 2 days ago, this got posted. So it's just her tweet, which says the burden of proof is on the accuser, not the accused. They they lied to you. Here's 1,000 pages of proof. So that's kind of the background of what happened. Let us get started. We're going to read as much as we can. All right. Hi, everyone. It's been over 5 months since everything happened. I've never been good with words, and I'm especially bad at verbalizing my feelings. I've always hid my insecurities, and it's hard for me to open up about things, even to the people closest to me. All right, that's accurate. She said that on stream a couple of times. It was nearly 2 a.m. for me on April 26th when Nanolis and Bao posted their documents together. After I had finished streaming earlier that night, I was awake for almost 48 hours by the time I posted my apology. Honestly, there's no way to really confirm this part here. So I guess we'll take her word for it on that. All right, so looking back on it, no, it wasn't good. It was not in a sound state of mind when it was written. I was blindsided by any of this coming out and the accusations made against me. No one involved tried contacting me privately beforehand. I was unable to eat, sleep, or do anything else but watch more document statements and we released. Well, everything fell apart. All right, let's talk about this here. Yeah, we can all agree that apology was actual shit. Um, and let's really quickly focus on this. No one involved tried contacting me privately beforehand. This is how the entire scenario should have been covered in private. It should never have seen the public light. I personally think this entire scenario is incredibly unprofessional with the fact that it seems like all they wanted to do was just get rid of her in the best way of saying it. So already there's at least something in here that seems to be true. Let's continue. So I didn't. All right. So I didn't have red. I didn't have my friends, but I had the weight of the entire internet waiting to see what I was going to say and how I was going to say it wrong. I didn't have access to search for all the evidence to defend myself with the growing list of allegations, and I didn't have time to put it all together cohesively. Yeah, it makes sense. Honestly, I mean, the entire thing, if it's true that this was like 2 a.m., even after 48 hours, you're already not in the greatest state of minds, and now you're dealing with, well, all of this. Yeah, it's not exactly a great scenario. I can kind of understand that. Let's keep going here. So I was petrified. How could I possibly respond correctly to a coordinated effort like this in the state I was in without just blindly accepting faults for things I didn't do or never knew happened? Here's the thing. There's a couple things that she definitely did. So I feel like this statement makes sense because, yeah, there was apparently a lot that she didn't do. But from what I've heard, she does actually own up to what she did and confirms that, yeah, I did actually do X, Y, and Z. But we'll confirm that for ourselves in a minute here. Let's keep going. So I rushed to get something else, defend myself best I could in the heat of the moment, and post it so I could rest. No matter what I would end up saying, it would never have been good enough. Yeah, it's true. I mean, nobody under pressure really can work, especially in this type of scenario, because you went from basically being on top to, well, looking like an asshole in the public light. And let's face it, if if even some of what she did is true, then yeah, she's kind of a dick. But I don't think it's as bad as people are saying. All right, let's keep going here. It took me a long time to mentally recover and have the ability to face any of this again. I couldn't look at anything Cinderella without breaking down. All of my fans look up to me or were led to believe I was evil and encouraged to destroy or donate my merch. Almost everyone I knew or cared about turned on me in an instant, and anyone who's ever had anything to say about me did. All right. I've definitely seen a lot of the whole destroy or donate merch. I mean, it's your property, so if that's what you want to do, I mean, obviously you shouldn't, but I guess if you're, in the moment, I can understand it, because in the moment, you're not really thinking straight, and that's your first, what's it called? Response to what's going on. Is it right? No. Did people do it? Yeah. Should they have? Also no. Let's see. What else could I touch up on? I can understand this here, right? I mean, I guess you've watched your entire brand crumble, so yeah, naturally you couldn't look at anything related to, Sender, which is yeah, that's understandable, I guess. Where was I? I was here. So I had only one of my close friends message me after everything was out there. Wow. Okay. Can I even say that? So she received. Yeah, I know I can say dox and death threats. I don't know if I can say that on YouTube over these accusations. So I stepped away from the internet. I reconnected with Red and we worked things out between ourselves. All right. This is a lot. Let's talk about this. So first off, this is obviously wrong. Like you don't do this a type of thing here, right? Death threats, threats of well, assault or doxing is much worse than anything that she was alleged of doing. But I don't understand why she would reconnect with Red. Because if Red was the problem here and you walked away from him because of all this, why would you reconnect? I'm hoping they answer that later. We were both ready to. He helped me with the long process of making this document. I didn't say almost anything else to anyone sooner, privately or publicly, because no one would believe me until I had absolutely everything put together to post all at once in one place. Yeah, it makes sense. But a lot of people aren't going to read this and are just going to ask for a TLDR, which 99% of the time is going to be heavily biased. So either someone's gonna read it and they're gonna already be in the mindset of don't believe a word of this person says, or they're gonna be like a mega fan who's gonna believe everything they say. So I think that posting this much, probably not a good idea, but I understand the idea of you wanna make sure that all grounds are covered, you don't leave a single stone unturned because someone's gonna pick this apart and find something. Which, let's face it, most of the people who cover stuff like this for a living probably already have. All right, let's get 5 points of this document here to present the full story and facts and evidence around what happened with complete transparency, defend myself against what's been said about me, and provide mine and Red's perspectives and motivations about each situation. It wasn't my choice to make this public, but since it is, my side of the story matters too. Yeah, it does, and you got to think a lot of people won't hear you out just because of what happened. But I mean, that's a topic for another time because there will always be people here who will never even consider hearing her out on this. All right, part two: to take accountability for everything that each of us are guilty of in the past couple of years, whether it was revealed in the original documents or not. This document will not absolve either of us of all wrongdoing. It isn't trying to. Okay, this is good. We have like actually admitting something was wrong. Okay, we like this. She's actually taking ownership for stuff. That's what should have happened more, but at least it's happening now. All right, clause number 3. Dispel rumors, misconceptions, and theories about me. Show how and why things actually occurred, and point out and refute discrepancies and lies in the claims or statements made against me. We've done things wrong, but the amount and degree of them has been incredibly exaggerated or completely made up. Um, I can't think of anything else to add on this, honestly. It's more of if you can prove all of this, which I'm guessing she did because it's 1,000 pages of stuff, then I suppose you might be able to get back in people's, I don't want to say good graces because you still fucked up big time here, but you might be able to at least make yourself a little better. All right, clause 4. This document contains speculation. Baseless accusations are made against me without evidence, so I've kept speculations labeled as such in this document. Most of it is supported by circumstantial evidence, but it should not be treated as solid fact. Yeah, I guess I can see that because if she didn't label speculations as speculations, people would pick that apart and would go make like a bajillion videos on YouTube about why this document is total bullshit. And I'm willing to bet people already have. I'm willing to bet that. All right, clause 5. This document is not to fuel harassment or spread hate with anyone involved. I am doing what's listed above and posting this document in the same public setting. Oh, hold on. Let me redo that. And posting this document in the same public setting the original documents were. If you've harassed anyone involved in my defense, you are not my supporter. Your arguments are reprehensible, and I've never advocated for anyone to do this for any reason. I'm sorry to anyone who's been affected by the actions of rogue community members against my principles. That's probably only there just to say, well, I told them not to, because we all know that a witch hunt is going to happen at some point. It happened 5 months ago, and it's probably going to happen again. All right. This is a lot, but let's start reading this. I have been made out to be a two-faced, greedy, jealous, psychopathic narcissist who's maliciously used, stalked, sabotaged, and betrays those closest to me and anyone around me for my own gain for years, manipulating my way to the top like some kind of evil mastermind. I mean, some people did say that, but I think that's a bit of a stretch. Honestly, I think there's not really much to say about this first part here, so let's keep going. You were lied to. There are things I've done wrong, but this image of me could not be further from reality. This was a complete public assassination of my character over what were lies and assumptions, followed by my cancellation and disappearance, with the accusers profiting from it. I feel like this is going to come back, the whole profiting from all of this. And I think that the ability to make a bunch of money off of doing something like this is probably what actually sparked it. So I'm going to predict that this was done because it was going to make whoever did the whole accusations a bunch of money. That's my prediction. We'll see if it actually happens or not. All right. If I was really the awful person I was made out to be, this document wouldn't exist. I wouldn't have any way to refute the claims made against me. I could have just continued streaming and profited from the drama and the over 30 million views that the situation garnered. I could have let everyone forget about this and come back like nothing ever happened, but it's not true. And I couldn't allow myself to move on without making these things right. Everything that's come out and the stories that followed have been blown way out of proportion and turned into crazy conspiracies. Yeah, I guess. I don't think I do know that there were a lot of like views and money to be made off of this situation, but it's still crazy to think about 30 million views off of all this. All right, both Red and I have done wrong, and all of that will be addressed here. But the story everyone told was not the reality of what happened. Every single person I've ever interacted with in the past almost 5 years, even those closest to me, and every single interaction with them would have to be fake for the story told about me to be true. There, okay. At least from what I've heard on other streams, she was actually made out to be a very good person. And like, if this was happening, you would think you'd hear about it earlier, right? Like, if she really was what they're saying, why did nothing come out about it, like, as it was happening? Like, "Hey, this doesn't seem right. Why you doing this?" But what do I know? I'm just some idiot PNG on your screen. Alright. This looks to be pretty big. I believe that there were 2 people responsible for how things played out, with a third person merely having an axe to grind against someone they were liked. Nanolith lied overwhelmingly about what happened between her and Red, sat back and played everyone, including my friends. Now that's a big claim, but can you back it up? I'm guessing this whole section about Nanolith is her going to back it up, and it better have some pretty damn good proof. All right. Shy Lily lied about me from the start, orchestrated things behind the scenes, and manipulated the public to their side. Okay, yeah, I can kinda see that one. She was really going crazy on all this shit. So I can actually believe that she was aggravating the situation. Alright. Silvervale took the opportunity to lie about all our interactions together, making things even worse for me. They had the most to gain from my cancellation, including their own satisfaction. None of them could take accountability for their own actions and pushed it all onto me instead. The only two people that could disprove their lies were just made into lie manipulators and wiped off of the internet. I think the part about Silver is true because apparently those two never really liked each other. Or maybe it was a one-way thing, but from what I understand, they've never liked each other in this. I have no doubt that Silver is a good person, or maybe not. Maybe this is going to prove that she really isn't, but we will have to see. All right. Aside from the label speculation, everything presented in this document is true to the best of mine and Red's knowledge. I have nothing to hide, and there isn't a reason to hide anything anymore. The bulk of what's shown here was over the past 2 years. Keep in mind that no matter who you are, opinions, thoughts, and feelings can change a lot over a period of time for better or worse. I went back and forth a lot of things to put in here, asking myself if I should leave them out for people I still care for or keep them in for my own sake. No matter what evidence is included in this document, it wouldn't be surprising if it's claimed that even with all the evidence, all of this is just me trying to lie, manipulate, and gaslight my way out of what happened, and no one should possibly believe me again. This actually happened. If you go onto the comments on Twitter for this document, there are people doing just this, basically, who didn't read it, and I know damn well they didn't read it because they were commenting this 5 minutes after the damn thing dropped, that this was all just a bunch of bullshit. So, yeah, you were right there. Alrighty, let's keep on going because we're almost done this intro. Show that I stand by everything written here. And then I'm sorry for everything I've done wrong. I've made a very hard decision. I'm giving up my part ownership position of Gamersofts. I've worked so hard for them since December of 2022, and earning this position was one of the biggest accomplishments of my life. I'm honored they chose to give me the opportunity, and I'm immensely proud to have the title. As sad as I am to do this, I feel the need to protect the company I love, the people that work there, and everyone associated over my own interests. GamerSub suffered a lot of damage when all the accusations were made about me, and that fell on my shoulders. This is my responsibility as part owner, and I don't want any more harm or negativity to come to them by having this position. I didn't have to do this. I wasn't asked, forced, or coerced. I think they're trying to say cornered. I don't know what she's trying to say here into making this decision. There are things more important to me than business. I notified them of my decision in June, and it will take the effect at the same time this document is published. That's actually pretty good. I do like that. Um, actually looking out for someone other than yourself. I suppose you could argue this is like a PR stunt and she only did this because it would make her look good, but I don't I don't think that's what's happening. I honestly would like to believe that she's doing this because it is the right thing to do. Regardless, her product will or I think her products are still going to be on there, but she just won't have the benefits of being a partial owner of the company. All right, last paragraph on this intro here. Each tab in this document is about the people and events related to the claims made against me, where I provided the links to each person's respective statements for reference, the evidence, context, and mine and Red's thoughts on each situation. You're intended to read each section in the order they're presented. This document should be viewed in desktop and light mode for the formatting to appear correctly. Some information and screenshots may appear in multiple sections for whoever it's relevant to. The first few sections being Nanolis, Bao, V-Card, and Numi's Concert, and Shy Lily. It culminates in a section breaking down what you've seen throughout them, with the last few sections document being standalone. Unless stated otherwise, every link in this document is working at the time this is posted. This document will not be edited after it's posted either. Because we live in 2025, I need to say that this document was written without the use of AI. I understand some things in this document may be damaging to people involved. They understood that their claims would be damaging to me before they publicly made them too. Everyone can review the evidence for themselves and decide what really happened, and if I really am the person you were led. Uh, wow, I can't English today. And if I really am the person you were led to believe me to be, the burden of proof is on the accuser, not the accused. All right. So it says you're supposed to read this in light mode, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. Oh, it's already off. Okay, cool. Okay, yeah. All right. So let's see here. There's definitely gonna be some pretty damaging claims. 100%. So assuming that everything in this document is true, this is basically going to be like a nuclear warhead to some of these people. But um again, because we haven't gotten there yet, I don't know exactly what's all in here. So let's get started. Okay, redacted. Do we let's I just want to skim through this. Yeah, that's not too long. Okay, cool. I was gonna originally skip the redacted part because I don't really care, but I guess we'll skim through it. Okay. Redacted. Red helped me put together the entire. I can't English. Okay, let's try this again. Red helped me put this entire document together. We want to be upfront and honest that this was a two-person effort. His own commentary is presented throughout and is labeled and highlighted in blue. All right, so this is apparently Red's own words. Hello, I'm Red. I'm Cinder's longtime partner, and we've worked alongside her. Okay, wow. Uh, and worked alongside her since she started this career. I helped her put this document together to set the record straight. Over the past few months, I've had to come to terms with being the reason why Cinder's image, relationships, and her career were all ruined. I hurt people who were our friends. I fucked up. And she had to answer to the world for it by herself. My actions ruined everything for her. I'm taking responsibility and helping her pick up the pieces. I didn't want to put something out sooner without her that could have made things worse. I ask that you don't hold what I did against her. Oh, hello, Kay. How's it going? I just noticed you were in here. So, what's up? Okay, so do you remember that like 1,000-page document I was talking about like a few days ago? Yeah, this is the document. I'm reading the entire thing. Yeah, the delay is only about 5 seconds now. So yeah, I'm gonna read at least like 3 sections of it so far today. Then I'll pick it up tomorrow. But yeah, I'm gonna be reading the entire thing live on stream. What do you mean? Oh hell nah, I'm crazy. Think of this like an audiobook. I'm gonna read it, and you can literally just listen to it. I mean, the only reason I'm reading this right now is because I got tired of playing War Thunder. Already half asleep. Okay. All right, well, I'm gonna start this like section 2 here. If you wanna stick around, wait, you didn't know it was possible that I could get tired of War Thunder? Are you kidding me? Really? 'Cause I mean, yeah, it's like I wasn't okay. Yeah, I guess I am always on the grind, but like I was not performing too well the last few games I did. So I just kind of figured that enough's enough for that. I just wanted like a little bit of a yapping session. And I've chosen that my yapping session is going to be reading this. Can I zoom in a little bit? Yeah, I can. Bro, rage quit. You're not wrong. I did actually rage quit. Yeah, as always, you are not wrong. I want to make the text a bit bigger, but I'm going to shrink me down, I think. I go down there. All right. Shall we keep going? What do you mean, no? It's story time. Okay. So you kind of missed the intro section, so we're starting on section 2. All right. Section 2. Red and I. Red and I are still together. We had a falling out and spent time apart after documents dropped on April 26th, but he was still there for me when I was ready to talk to him again. We were able to work things out between us and forgive each other for what happened. I wasn't planning to say anything about this again publicly. You fucking kidding me? Really? No. That's why would you do that? You literally know that he's the reason this whole fucking thing happened and you still got back together? Are you stupid? Do an accent? Alright, fine. Years ago, I cheated on the red online for my own selfish reasons, and the things I said about him were out of my own frustrations and past experiences. I made things sound much worse than they actually were at the time and mischaracterized the person he is. Red already knew this happened way before it was made public in April, and no one else was ever told about it before then either. We addressed both of our problems in our relationship and moved past it a long time ago. It had nothing to do with my career or current events and isn't relevant to talk about further. We disagree and we get mad at each other, we argue, but our relationship isn't toxic or abusive in any way. I would appreciate if speculation around it would stop. Okay, that's just fucking wrong. We all know it's fairly obvious at this point that Red's a piece of shit. So, all right, I think we can add something to the notes. Here, let's make a notes sheet. Let's start compiling some stuff that we know. Okay, so we know that Red is an asshole, and Sinder is incompetent. Incompetent. Okay, this is what we know so far. Let's keep going. Am I still doing the accent? Yes, okay. Red and I have always had some level of communication problems, even with each other. Neither of us are good communicators beyond surface level. It's hard to open up and we get in our own heads about things. We butt heads and disagree with each other sometimes, but even more so working together all day, every day. It's gotten much better over the years, but has never been perfect. So the idea that anyone in any relationship would know about and agree with everything as a partner feels, says, and does is crazy to me. I'm not the only one who's had a significant other keep secrets from them, and neither is Red. Every relationship is different and has its own nuances, dynamic problems, functioning in a way that only the two people involved know of and fully understand. No one looking in can say otherwise. Why? All right. Because I cheated on Red, should I assume everyone's significant other has cheated on them in the past? Oh, that's crazy. All right. Wow. Yes, oh God is right. That's quite the bombshell to drop. Should I assume that all of my friends' relationships are the same as mine? No, and for me to claim that I know exactly how things work between them is just because I'm their friend that sees them a few times a year is ridiculous. But they did the same thing to you, though. They literally did the same fucking thing. I guarantee it'll be cited in here, but I can probably find the clip where, um, fuck, what's her name? Hold on. Where this motherfucker did the same thing. All right, let's get back to this. There's a lot to go. When I became Cinder, we wanted to keep our relationship in private. In public, Red was simply a manager, and we hid our relationship from my friends over a year during multiple trips. We agreed that I'd tell my closest friend about our relationship in March of 2024 because we felt we were close enough and trusted them enough to tell them. Then we traveled. My friends saw us always close by each other and showing each other our work DMs on our phones. Almost all of the time in from chats we were both in, instead of talking about things out loud to keep up with our projects all the way. And to keep them private between us, it's easier to say, look at this, and to keep each other on the same page rather than have a verbal conversation while we're around other people at almost all times while we're away. What they saw at conventions or on vacations was all they saw. Only Red and I would have any idea how we worked together and acted around each other when at home. Well, that's not exactly true because DMs got leaked, so we know exactly how the fuck you two acted at home. So let's just go ahead and ignore that. Wait, can I? I want to see if I can find that. I want to try and find that. I'm going to find this. I'm going to find this. Where is this document? Where are the documents? Where are they? 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 I don't think I'm going to be able to find these. Whatever. Uh, I was trying to find the one that went in detail on the cheating thing, but I couldn't find that. I probably should have like archived that earlier, but I didn't realize this was gonna happen. Of course. Okay, before we continue, Kay, thoughts? I'm invested. Okay, good. Let's keep it going. I lived with Red and his family from the summer of 2022 to the end of February 2025. I have never outright told anyone this, including my closest friends. We wanted to keep at least part of our personal lives private for everybody, even telling the people we lived apart. On stream, I've always said I've lived with my family, friends, and streamed in a basement. That's true. I do actually remember her saying this. The basement part is true. It's where I spent the majority of my time. It's where I worked and streamed from. My career started in 2021 with my ASMR. No comment. Red was the one with the PC, mic, and experience with content creation, since it's always been his hobby. I would go there more often until I moved in and became a full time streamer. For most of my earliest streams with the PNG model, Red would be in the room with me, modding on a laptop and making sure things would run smoothly. He was there as my tech support. At the time, I could barely play games, let alone understand how to fix OBS if something went wrong. How? Actually, how are you that stupid you can't fix OBS? You know what? I take it back. I remember that with the Resident Evil stream from like 2020. I think it was 2021. It might have been 2022. It was like probably the first stream she did. It was a shit show, but it was pretty funny. All right. We built my own PC, and I had stopped needing him by my side about the time I debuted on my first model in June of 2022. He moved his PC into his own room and has worked there since. Starting sometime last year, my streams kept disconnecting and we couldn't figure out why. This was going on for months, and no matter what we did, it kept happening. We thought there could be something wrong with the internet there, which you couldn't fix. So as a last resort, my parents and I made space for me to move back in with them with my entire stream set up in February. We were able to fix the problem, but it ended up having nothing to do with the internet at all. I've been working and living here since, separate from Red. I would imagine by February you mean February of 2025 because you said that up here. And I think I do remember a couple streams disconnecting. Alrighty. The reason why I'm revealing all of this now is because we could have easily gone through each other's DMs whenever we wanted in those 3 years, but we didn't. It's not like we never showed each other our messages directly. We did all the time. But we didn't comb through each other's DMs at the end of every day just to read anything we may have said. And I don't know anyone who'd say that's normal to do. We would just tell each other things that happened, and that was that. I never felt the need to look over his shoulder to check on anything and everything he was saying and to who. We trusted each other, and he's always had my best interest in mind. Well, clearly fucking not. This is clearly not true. He clearly didn't always have your best interest in mind. He literally says so up here. All right, so I mean, sure, I guess. So I guess excluding like whenever this whole shit started, so like March to April, like March and April, this I guess this can be true. All right, let us continue with the working together. I'm choosing to have Red continue working with me. Why? Why would you do this? Oh, so we're just going back on this now. And I quote, effective immediately, Redacted will no longer be managing or overseeing my VTuber activities. He is no longer represents me as a creator, my brand, or my intentions. Oh, so we're lying now. That's what we're doing. Okay. All right. Alrighty then. Moving on. He will be doing most of what he did for me before, but will not be doing any work related to communication for me in any channels I'm not also a part of. I now have access to his Discord account to check on things myself if I need to. It's clear to me that he learned his own lesson from what happened. Hey, Kay, got a question for you. Hello. Okay, so if you have somebody in the situation and they prove that they're not a very good individual, would you still want to work with them? Like, insert yourself in the situation. Like, okay, no, that's what I thought. All right, fair enough. Yep, makes sense. Makes sense. So, um, why the hell would she do this? I don't know, man. Like, just stand on business. And I guess you know what they say. It's just business. You know what they say. It's just business. All right, moving on. He made mistakes, and I forgave them. No, it's like, yes, I'm aware it's an expression, so it's just business. Oh, you meant to get together. Oh, okay. My bad. All right, moving along. He made mistakes, and I forgave them. But I wouldn't be where I am without him, and he's just as much a part of Cinder as I am. All right, sure, fine. He wasn't just a manager that handles the messages, he had a part in a lot of the things I did. He's always been the main creative mind behind my debuts and other releases too. Even with how involved he was, Red is still his own person with his own ideas, his own opinions, his own feelings for people, his own goals, and his own ambitions working together under the same brand as me. Holy run on sentence, Batman. All right. But I mm, I get he's your manager, but still I wouldn't let anybody have this much control. All right. He's always been the business sensible one out of us. And on the work side of things, it was always his focus. We've worked together on almost everything, but we didn't agree on everything. There have been many business or creative decisions we'd argue back and forth about, sometimes taking days to reach a compromise. Red didn't always consult me before making his own choices, clearly, in his messages with our partners. A lot of time I agreed with what he did or said, and it was fine. But sometimes I didn't, and we either compromised or I had him walk back what he said. Red didn't tell me about every single interaction he had with people he worked with, and I didn't expect him to. I trusted him. There was never a reason for him not to tell me something important. That was until we disagreed with one of my friends, Bow. All right, this is where the fuck ups begin. At the start of this year, we moved a lot of our work-related conversations with various artists into a project server so everything could be organized into one place. I could be included in discussions and decision making where I needed to be and would be able to see everything being said without having to rely on Red to relay every detail of things he was handling. That's smart. All right. This was for organization, convenience, and where's my highlighter? And so I could interact with everyone or every person working me directly. However, this didn't mean Red still didn't use his DMs to do business or talk to people we work with. Besides the allegation in Nano's document, Nano K is Nanolist, it's just short for that. All right, besides the allegation in Nano's document, no one else we've ever worked with has ever complained about Red. I was just telling you that Nano is short for Nanolist, so a Nanolist is a person. You're probably gonna see a lot of weird names, so just if you like, just go with it. From what I'm getting so far, Nano seems to be a lying bastard, but we have yet to confirm this, so take it with a grain of salt. All right. And we both worked with dozens of people who I believe would say their experience working with us was nothing but positive. All right. Like I said, typology, there were things Red didn't tell me about or hid from me and did without me. Knowing his DMs, they're all shown in this document in the order below. I didn't know about these things beyond what I was told, if I was at all. All right. So this is what we're actually going to be covering from the looks of it. All right. Red's inclusion of Bao and Cotton and his exclusivity deal with Nano in January 2025. Red telling artist number one, I guess we're keeping them anonymous, Bao was someone he considered competition while discussing his exclusivity on the same day as his deal with Nano. Red's conversation with Nano about Shy Lily in April 2025. Red's conversations with Mod 1, that's probably Dan, about Silver Veil throughout 2024 into 2025. Red asking Artist 2 about not working with Silver in March 2025. And finally, Red's conversation with Artist number 1 about Silver Veil in April 2025, in which Artist 1 told me about days later. All right. The names of Artist 1, Artist 2, and Mod 1, probably Dan, are hidden to protect their privacy since they weren't directly involved in everything that happened in April. They will be reintroduced later in this document. I can't confirm that Mod 1 is Dan, but it might be. All right, we have our first screenshots now. Let's finish this section. All right, Falling Out, Chapter 3. The night the first documents were posted, Red was here with me. I ended my stream and he came over to see me while we worked a few things together. We were still awake when Nano and Bao posted their documents at almost 2 a.m. EST. Oh, so we can confirm this now. The screenshot says 3:29. So, and it looks to be like this was in the past tense. Okay, so we can confirm this. Okay, good, good, good. All right. I didn't understand what was going on and started panicking. Wow. Reds tried to explain what happened, but I blew up at him and kicked him out, regrettably refusing his help. We were in contact for almost a month after. Okay, is that a reasonable crash out? Documents get posted about 2 in the morning, so you could throw a fit and kick out the one person who might be able to help you, but also fucked you over. You're lost. Okay. Basically, what I just read was that the original documents got dropped at 2 a.m. EST, which I guess confirms that this person is in fact in the same time zone we are, which I already knew, but all right, cool. Okay, let us keep going. If you has gotten lost again, let me know. I will stop to explain it. All right. So I had one close friend reach out to me after things were public, and I responded to them sometime after Red was gone. I chose not to include their own message here. Okay. 4:26, 2025, 3:29 a.m. She says, "I'm so sorry, blank." I would imagine that's the friend's name. "I'm trying to collect myself. Red and I aren't speaking right now, and I'm so upset with everything." Okay. I was distraught, and I posted that Red was fired later that morning. I wasn't trying to throw him under the bus and avoid accountability. I was blindsided at my friend publicly pointing the finger at me for his words and actions I didn't even know about and I didn't agree with. I didn't know what else to do. That doesn't read right. Hold on. I was blindsided by friends publicly pointing a finger at me for his words and actions I didn't even know about and I didn't agree with. Okay, that's fine. In my apology, I said, quote, "As of yesterday, he is no longer working with me, and I have not extensively discussed any of this with him." End quote. Because Red will continue to work with me, I'll be deleting this tweet sometime after posting this document. The tweet was posted at 4:26, 2025 at 4 a.m. EST. As of 10/9, 2025 at 9:20 p.m. EST, that tweet is still up. So I don't know when it's getting taken down, but it is still up there. So that ends the section on Red. That is all of this part done. So takeaways from this is Red's still going to be around. Um, I think that he shouldn't be, and she should just get rid of him. But I don't think that's ever going to happen because I feel like she's actually the one being manipulated here. All right. So do do I skip this? Because this is like just the apology. Yeah, okay, do I skip this? This is just recapping the apology, or I can like skim through parts of it which are important. Up to you. All right, then we're gonna skim through it. We're not gonna read it word for word because there's a lot here, and let's face it, the apology was so shit. I don't even want to look at it. So let us skim it. All right, let's start like let's do this. The main takeaway people had from my apology is that I pushed everything onto Red and didn't take accountability for anything myself. What I blamed Red for my apology because he was guilty of doing them. Him telling me how great it would be to work with Silvervale, him holding a grudge against Bao. Yeah, that's true. Okay, cool. What I blamed Red for, my apology, because I was also guilty. Red was the one with the business oriented outlook on things from the start. I adopted that same mindset working together as time went on. I wrongly made it sound like I was brainwashed into thinking this way in my apology. All right, what Red was guilty in my apology that I didn't know about until writing it? Red and Nano ever talking about a model for Geary in November 2023. Red including Bao and Cotton in his conversation, and eventual deal with Nano around exclusivity in January 2025, and bad mouthing Bao in their DMs as they were our shared feelings. Wait a minute, bad mouthing Bao, and they were your shared feelings. So you do or don't like her? Okay, that's she'll probably touch on that later. Red talking to Nano about Shy Lily and her model in April 2025. I'm guessing you mean this model. I'm going to go out on a limb and say this is what she means. Oh, I'm not even tabbed in. Can I just do this? Yeah, I'm gonna go on a limb and say this is what they're talking about. Um, this is probably the model that they're talking about here. Okay, what do you mean? What the fuck? Okay, what's going on? Never mind. Okay. Alrighty. Things I said about Red in my apology that I was wrong about. He did not manipulate Nano, and he did not push Nano to work with Silvervale, as she was not a constant topic between them. All right, let's see what you actually took accountability for, because after reading that apology, it does sound like you took accountability for nothing. But let's see what you have to say. Agreeing with Red to talk with Nana about exclusivity, agreeing to specifically name Silvervale in the terms, knowing a deal involving her was made. Guilt tripping Nano, feeling overly attached to Nano and her work, not knowing about what Red had to say about Bao to Nano. I should have. Not speaking to Bao about Red's feelings towards her and letting it spiral to the point it did. Being upset and taking it personally when Bao hired my editor. Being upset when Sacramore, who the fuck is that, told us he wouldn't be working with us again. Confining in Red about Shy Lily's behavior towards me, becoming resentful towards Silver, letting my insecurities and public comments influence my feelings towards Silver, assuming Spite copied me, which she did, I think, being very possessive of my design details early on in my career, overreacting to Nantail's Hellhound OC design, which was apologized for in the past, cheating, neglecting, or leaving behind friends of mine. This sounds like a lot of shit that you did. Okay, do you think 1,000 pages could make all this right? Don't know. Okay. All right, we're gonna skip a little bit of this. Okay. Let's see here. Missing information, lies, and incorrect statement in my apology. Okay, that's something. So, okay, so Red, which I would imagine he's the dude you're talking about. You can safely blame him for all this happening. Like this is kind of his fault. All right, let's see what you lied about. I left out a lot of information regarding my experience with Silver in trying to overly apologize to her and end up making things sound much worse than what actually happened. I lied about not knowing that Red spoke to Nano about Spite in 2023 to not make things worse for myself by revealing more than Nano or Spite did about what happened regarding her. I was wrong about which year the situation with Neanderthals took place. I wrote that it was after my debut when it was actually an entire year earlier. Now that's a pretty big one. All right. Everything one of us or both of us are guilty of, that accountability is taken for and shown in this document in the order they are presented in. All right. We both became neglectful of many friendships and personal relationships online and IRL. Red and I became consumed by our work and prioritized my career over all else. Red considered everyone, including our friends, competition to some degree, and I agreed. Red and I left Tricky at our hotel in Tokyo one day during our Japan trip in October of 24. I chose to distance myself from Cotton after what happened between her and a friend. I tried going back on my agreement with the artist. How do you say that? Nisu? Yeah, let's go with that. In April of 25, Red asked Nano not to work with Spite in January of 2023 and told me about it afterwards. I lied about not knowing he had spoke to her about Spite in my apology to avoid talking about it. All right. Red initially disenthused Nano from accepting a model from Geary in November of 23. I guilt tripped Nano in November of 23 and February of 25, but still sided with her. Red reassured Nana about her considering and canceling Bao's model in August of 24. I knew Bao's model was canceled in August of 24 and didn't try to do anything about it. Red and I agreed to talk with Nana about exclusivity, not to work with Silver, specifically on any more models in January of 25. Red and Nano agreed to a deal for her not to work with Silver, Bao, or Cotton in January of 25, only telling me about Silvervale's inclusion. Red spoke to Nano about Shy Lily in April of 25 after seeing Nano work on a model for her and never told me about this conversation. We asked our video editor about exclusivity after Bao worked with him in September of 23. Red convinced himself Bao gatekept our video editor to hurt our future music video projects in December of 24, then held a grudge and lists of grievances against her. I didn't speak to Bao to clear things up about what I knew Red held against her, and it led me to being an awful friend to her for months at the start of 25. Both Red and I mismanaged planning and communication with Numi about our concert in the start of February of 2025. I wanted to go to that. I pulled out a performing in her show and almost didn't go after choosing business over a friend. Yeah, if this concert was actually in the East Coast, I would have gone to that, but oh well. We both grew to dislike Silver over the past few years for various reasons, including harassment and comparisons, my own insecurities, and how Silver acted towards me. Red asked an artist not to work with Silver in March of 25 and never told me about it. Red and I assumed Spite was copying me in 2022 and early 2023. I overreacted to Nanotale's Hellhound design in 2021. All right, I think that's the big stuff we got to work on. Are you ready for the bulk of all this? This section is 250 pages. All right, let us talk about Nano. Let's do that. Okay, Nano's document 426, 2025 at 1:42 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. Hello, I'm here to share something that has affected me personally and hurt others. This was very hard for me, but I feel it is necessary. Please do not send hate to anyone on my behalf. This is all I want to say. So this is the, I guess, shot heard all around the world. This is what started all of it. All right. Let's read this entire thing. All right, here's the plan. Before we start, this is 250 pages. I'm not reading the entire thing in one sitting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read a chunk of it, and then we'll come back to it tomorrow. All right, let's get started here. Nano's document claimed both Red and I manipulated, used, and dragged her into drama while slandering multiple VTubers, including our friends. These claims were the basis for everything else publicly released afterwards. Documents from half a dozen people and many others tweeting their grievances with me. It all hinged on Nano's document being posted and its validity. All right, when I wrote my apology, I said, I was not fully aware of the extent of Red's manipulation over Nano's commission decisions. When I wrote this poorly worded sentence, I had not seen any of the DMs. I was in a panic and didn't think Nano would be lying about anything. But now that I've read DMs or read DMs myself, I can say that Nana was not manipulated, abused, used, lied to, mistreated, expected to take action over any drama she was told to, or incapable of making her own decisions regarding her commissions and clientele. She was never forced to do or not to do anything. She's always been in control of her own choices and always had the ability to say no. She was met with understanding and faced no repercussions professionally or personally from either of us when she did. Nano's messages with Red were decidedly presented to push a narrative that never happened. I don't believe Nano showed the full context of her messages with Red to my friends. Her claims were backed by Shy Lily, and I believe they were misled into blindly supporting her. That's a lot of words, but can you back that up? That is the question we have to ask or answer. All right. Nano was a close friend who we respected and was a massive part of my own success. I've only ever praised her privately and publicly. There was nothing she could do for me to hold anything against her or choose to stop working with her. Red and I always encouraged Nano to do what was best for her, not us. All right. Red, who handled our plans with her, made sure to work around her schedule, push projects back if she needed more time on them, or to take a break, and give her the first priority on projects she was interested in. He trusted her, and the extent he lied to her about other people involved was telling her his own genuine thoughts, observations, and experiences with them as he knew them. The same way my accusers did to the public with how they assumed Red and I had to have operated together. The claim that Red and I worked to sabotage projects Nano had is a lie. We both would praise her for the work she did with other people, and I've always celebrated and supported Nano model siblings when they debuted. Even if Red was really asking Nano to cancel every model she had, it was ultimately still her choice to do it or not. But all the blame for her action was somehow put on me. All right, thoughts so far? All right, let's keep going here. There were only four people Red ever explicitly asked Nano not to work with her agreeing not to. The first was Spite in the start of 2023. Red asked Nano herself, and he told me about it after. I lied about knowing this in my apology since it was never mentioned in Nano or Spite's documents. Bow, Cotton, and Silvervale were all part of their exclusivity deal in January of 2025, and each for Red's own decisions. I am lost. Oh, sorry, reasons. All right. I was only ever aware of. We have our first grammar error here. I was only ever aware of and an agreement of asking Nano not to work with. Oh wait, no, never mind. This is right. Basically asking Nano to not work with Silver. Red never told me I was. Sorry. Red never told me about the other two. I am not guilty of using him or using his free will to push his own agenda and express his own feelings to Nano. But I understand that as I'm a manager, everything he said to her or anyone else is my responsibility, whether I knew about it or not. Although they were friends, it was unprofessional of him to talk gossip and work interchangeably. Okay, so it seems what this is just kind of more of like, all right, so below the DMs, in April, Nano found herself in a situation she came back out of and then chose what to do, what would be the most beneficial for herself, hide the truth, and then basically talking good on Nano again. All right, let's get into the real meat of this document here. We have our screenshots, and yes, we're going to be reading all of them. All right, January 23rd, 2023. By the start of 2023, Nano was sharing her commission plans with Red. She also told him that it was okay for us to commission someone else for merch artwork. Red had previously talked to her about. Red said it was no problem for us to wait for her to do it. Sorry about that. All right. Like I said in my apology, in regards to Nanos, for the majority of the time working with her, Red was the one almost solely doing the communications about new plans and negotiations through his private DMs. End quote. All right. We have the first screenshot. Oh, sorry, third shot. All right, from Redacted, 1/23/2023, 4:34 p.m. Oh, and just curious, but was blank the only client you took on for this year right now? From Nanolith, got another one, but it's done already. Okay, cool. Seems like a lot of new people want to work with you. I cannot English today. I don't know why. All right, from Nano. Yeah, I kind of feel it too. By the way, you said you wanted to leave Daki and the thing for later. It's okay if you want to calm someone else. I don't want to delay your plans, but if you're fine waiting, I'm more than happy to work on it. All right, from Red. Oh, that's okay. We're fine moving things around. It's only really Cinder if you want to draw it. The only things going on are preventing us from doing it for Valentine's like we wanted to, so we have to move it anyways. Plus, focusing on getting 2.0, the demon, and 2 starting screen artworks is more of a priority too. Then from Nano, goddamn, this means a lot to me, what the fuck? And then Red reacted with 3 blue hearts. So basically, later, Red asked Nano not to work with Spite. She agreed not to. Red brought it up after, It was never talked about beforehand, but she was okay with it, and Nano also never brought it up. This was not included in Nano or Spite's documents at all. Why? Since they didn't say anything about it, and I chose not to either. I lied about not knowing about Red's conversations with Nano and Spite to try to make things worse for myself, but I accidentally alluded to it because of the state I was in. Okay, next screenshot we have. This is still same day, but at 9:35 p.m. Red says, "Hey, kind of a weird question, but would it be okay if we requested you don't work with someone?" Let's emphasize the fact that they're asking, not telling. Nano says, "You mean like being exclusive?" Red goes, "No, like not accept commissions from one person." And then Nano asks who it is. Red then says in his little note, "I started the conversation as if we were asking Nano to do this like I would any other time." All right. Then Red says it's spite. Nano goes, "Oh damn! I almost said something like when Cinder X spite," with a little pepe emoji. All right, and then Red goes, "Ever since Cinder debuted, we've slowly, or we've seen her slowly implement new design details onto herself that seem like she might have taken them from Cinder, including her now having ear flames she never had, and we think it's because she was the Hellhound until Cinder showed up. But also, some of Spite's community has been rude to Cinder in chat or on YouTube comments on other people's clips on Cinder. I've noticed her being friendly towards you, possibly with the intention of working with you." Oh shit. All right. See ya, Kay. I'll probably do this tomorrow as well. Good night. Okay. Where was I? I'll try to join. Okay. I will see you then. Good night. All right. Then Red goes, "I just wanted to ask if you're okay with being one Hellhound exclusive." Nano goes, "Of course I protect my the baby." Spelled really weirdly. I cannot English. I don't know why. Let's try that again. Of course I protect my a baby. But I also noticed the Flames edition. It's a shame that people can't educate their community. Sad face. All right. And then Red goes, "Thank you, Nano. I feel really bad asking you something like this. I really appreciate it, though." Nano says, "It's okay. There's no place for rude people." Then Red says, "A mama Nano best mama." Nano just says, "Mama protect." Then in Red's little note, he goes, quote, "But then I tell Nano, I just wanted to ask you if you're okay being one Hellhound exclusive, and I feel bad asking you something like this," end quote. Nano and I never talked to Spite about, or sorry, Nano and I have never talked about Spite. Here's me searching Spite in my own DMs with Nano. Nothing's there. Yeah, nothing's here. So just more convos from April. All right. 1/26/2023. An example of the relationships Red had with Nano and how they would talk with each other. Nano told Red she wants to make my winter outfit after Red messaged her about it a few days earlier on 1/22/2023. So, January 22nd, 2023, Red says, "Hey Nano, were you interested in designing Cinder's winter outfit? Not until a lot later this year. Wanted to ask in case we need to find someone else to design it for you to draw." All right. 4 days later, no, yeah. Nano says, "Did I agree on doing Cinder Winter? Because I do. I just don't remember her reply to that." All right, and then Red goes, "You did reply to it, all caps, Nano." Then Nano says, "I do want to do them." Seems excited with the "oh my gosh, you do." Nano repeats, saying, "I do." Then Red goes, "I gotta talk to some people and change things around. Oh my god." Nano says, "Wait, if you got someone for that, no need to change." Then Red just says, "No, I'm just kidding," in all caps. All right. Nano goes, all caps, fuck you. Yeah, I think she's gonna say fuck you then, but she says, fuck you them. Red replies with a club penguin. Nano replies with some cat emoji. Red then says in normal talk now, "Yeah, you can do it if you want." Nano says she doesn't want to anymore. We have one looks to be a Pepe emoji and then a little cat emoji. Then Nano says, "Just kidding, I love Cinder, but fuck you." I take it she's joking, but okay. All right. March 27, 2023. Red asked about Nano's other work for us to plan around with her, and Nano willingly shared. This was normal between them. I'm guessing the first one is from Red. It just says, "Be confident, Nano." And the Nano goes, "I'm not. It's my nature. If you expect low, anything is a win." Red goes, "Well, I'm glad it's been going good for you. What does your art schedule look like right now?" Nano just says, Demon Cinder, March, April for two arts, then two blanks for April and May and mid April. And a few cup arts in between. Already has something for around June. I think that's it. All right, Red then goes, let me see what else Cinder and I had planned to work on with you this year. Then Nano finishes by saying, "Oh, yeah, it would be great to know everything." Parentheses, also, is it okay to have Cinder Arts for Patreon awards? Because I didn't have much for Patreon. They are starving. 3/9/2023. Nano told Red she wouldn't be able to meet the deadline for the two pieces of art she was working on for me. Red was sympathetic and extended the deadline for her. Nano implied she was taking on too many projects. All right. 6:36 p.m. 3/29/2023. Nano starts. "Hey Red, I'm feeling a bit concerned about deadlines for the 2.0 art." Red just simply says, "What's up?" "I think it'd be better if you find someone else for the 2.0 start screen. I didn't know they would be used the same day, but I can work a bit harder to meet the date if you really want me on it." Red says, "Do you think you'd be able to do it by the end of April? I know you have blank and blank in April too, so maybe mid-May." "Oh, I thought it would be a bit earlier." "Well, ideally, we would have wanted both arts within the next week or two, but if you can't do it, then we're gonna have to push back on the debut for other things too. And in April, mid-May would be okay if you can manage that. I don't want to overload you too much." Nano says, "Yeah, for the next 2 weeks, be very pushy on me, but end of April, mid-May is good." Red says, okay, I will let Cinder know. Nano says, if you can't push the debut back, I really recommend someone else. Don't want to delay things for you guys. Red's message gets cut off, but what can be read is, and there's also the waifu cup art for Cinders. I don't know when they want you to start that, and then it's cut off there. Never mind, it's finished here. But just another thing to do at some point. All right, Red responds to Nanolist talking about not being able to push the debut back. Red goes, no, it's okay. We have to wait for blank anyways, and some other things being worked on. She'll only be starting the demon model in another week-ish when she's back home, so the debut will be anywhere from the end of May, mid-July, depending on when these are done, and Cinder and I aren't traveling to cons instead of the end of April. Nano goes, kind of relieved besides delaying is sad. Red goes, it's okay, Nano, but we have a lot of projects we want to work with you on if you're free to some right now. Nano goes, I would love to if I have time. I might stop taking comms for some time and only work with my current contacts. I'm kinda dying. Red goes, I'm sorry we're giving you too much to do. Nano goes, it's okay. It's my fault. I wanted to birth another baby. I would imagine they're talking about models here. I don't know if she's being literal or if they're talking about models, but that's not important. All right, red goes. After the 2.0 and Demon Arts, blank, and your other projects, Patreon stuff, then we will take up all your time. Probably a joke. Nano goes, gladly. Blank is mostly done, just have to make some cuts for rigging. Then red goes, at least the Cinder Art can help with your Patreon after the debut. All right, 4/2/2023 to 4/14/2023. Nano turned down artwork plans that were previously discussed for some time off. Eventually, Red told her we were able to find another artist for those plans. In between, Red praised Nano for her work on another VTuber's model. From Nanolist, 12:08 p.m. Red, we need to talk. Hi, Nano, what's up? I think I won't be possible to take on Cinder's merch comps. I really need some time off from commissions. Red goes, okay. Thank you and sorry for this. No worries, Nano. You deserve a break. When you're ready to take on comms again, we'll have things for you if you do want. All right. No response the rest of the day. 4/3/2023, 9:41 a.m. Nano responds, yes, of course. I need some time to breathe, but I still would love to work with you guys. Then there is nothing for 6 days. 4/9/2023, 9:15 p.m. Great job with blank model Nano. And then Nano just goes, thank you. All right, nothing until April 14th, 2023, when Red goes, hey, Nano, we found an artist to do Daki and mousepad for Sinder, but it's for her original design. We want you to do the 2.0 and even design Dakis and mousepads. Wanted to let you know so you don't feel too bad about it. Okay. 4/12/2023, I messaged Nano about starting on some pose ideas for my first waifu cup when she was ready and available to. Alrighty. 4/12/2023 at 3:38 p.m. Cinder goes, hi, Nano. Blank was asking me when you'll have time to work on the art for my Gamer Subs Cup, and I said you were a little busy right now. Do you think we come up with some pose ideas together? We have a chance. There's no rush. I know you're busy. Nano goes, oh, of course, can do. You want it two-sided right? That would be amazing from Cinder. 18 days later, 4/30/2023, I told Nano I was trying to get her okay to work on the waifu cup art on stream so it'd be easier for her, and I told her how much it meant to me to have the first waifu cup with her artwork on it. Cinder goes, Nano, I hope you're having a good weekend. The starting screen arts for you made for me are so nice. I love them. I've been trying to see if it'll be okay for you to work on my gamer subs art on stream to make things easier for you. They might be able to have the art on a big banner for AX if it's done soon. I can't wait to have the first Nano Cup. It's special to me. Nano goes, oh shit, you want a banner? Yeah, let me know on stream would help a lot. If not possible, it's okay. I'll manage. Cinder goes, I want to make things as easy as possible for you. And maybe if we don't want to do stream collabs yet, we can hang out while we work if you want someday, no stream. Nano goes, I would love to actually. Like we get used first, maybe we actually hate each other. Cinder goes, no, don't say that I could never. And then Nano just says, I'm sure about that, but it would be hilarious. Foreshadowing question mark? All right, 5/4/2023 to 5/5/2023. I asked Nano about one of my then upcoming model sister debut when playing my demon debut so they wouldn't accidentally fall on the same day. 9:49 a.m. 5/1/2023. Nano, do you know about when blank plans on debuting your model just so I can plan around that if it's near my debuts? Nano goes, let me check on that. I believe it was around June 22nd or July 2nd. All right, now then goes, Blank said her debut is around July to August. Can't say the exact day yet. Cinder then goes, the next day she says, okay, I've been planning mine to be about mid-July, but I'm trying to make sure I don't accidentally have it on the same day as anyone else. 5/4/2023, 5/5/2023. Red asked about Nano's projects, about when Silver contacted her about her model made in 2022, and encouraged her to set aside time for her own content. Red says after the GG 2.0 and Demon Arts edit will give you a break to focus on yourself for a while. Do you still have a lot of other projects to do right now other than Cinder? Nano goes, thank you. I need some break. She goes, currently only Blank and Silver seems to want another model though. Red goes like brand new. Nano says, yep, she didn't reply to the model spec, so I'm just taking this as a chance to be free. All right, Red then goes, Nano, you don't have to answer, but I'm curious, when did Silver contact you about making her first model? Also, I feel like you should take time off at least July off to focus on you and your streams. Nano deserves Nano time too. Then Nano then goes, it was like two for her birthday. Red then goes, okay. Nano then says, at this point, I might just stick to Cinder blank and blank. Silver is not very responsive to me. Okay, that we have established at this point. Red then goes, that's surprising. What the fuck? We love working with you, not just for your art. Nano then says, that's so sweet of you. Been having fun with streaming lately. Hope I can keep up. You've been doing really good. Whenever I see you on, I look for a while. Cinder wants to collab with you. Maybe we can set up a drawing stream where you both draw stuff in paint for 5 minutes or with a 5 minute timer. All right, she then says, I wanted to. I'm just too pussy yet. Bunch of random letters. This sounds fun, not gonna lie. Alrighty. Red says in his little note, I asked Nano about when she made Silver's first model from her because we grew suspicious of it, as it had anything to do with Cinder and her debut a couple of months earlier. Nano wasn't well known as a model artist in the summer of 2022 and had only done 3 models to that point, including Cinder's. More about this topic in Silver's section of the document. All right, 5/5/2023. I thanked Nano for the Waifu Cup artwork she made for me, and her scale figure was announced. Alrighty, he says at 1:24 a.m. That is an ungodly hour. Nano, you did such an incredible job on the Waifu Cup artwork. Thank you so much for being the best ever. He then says a bit later at 11:08 p.m. Thank you for the raid today. I'm so excited for your figure. I'm going to be the first to get one. Nano then replies with, "Sorry, I didn't reply to you before. Oh shit. I'm excited, but a bit nervous. Hope it sells well." Sooner then says, "No, that's okay. I'm going to tell my friends to buy." Then Nano says, "I appreciate it. Not going to lie. I'll shamelessly get all the help I can." Is that trying to foreshadow? Why is it highlighted? Okay. 5/9/2023 to 5/10/2023. Red talked to Nana about the situation with the first Waifu Cup, which led him to revealing our experience with Silvervale over the past 2 years. Spite was mentioned towards the end of their conversation, and it was the last time he was ever talked about between them. Before this, I was told that Silvervale had her own cup with Nail's artwork on it that was already far in production. I was very excited and proud to have the first cup with a Nail's art, and all of a sudden, that wasn't going to be the case. Not only if my cup was going to be released after Silver's, but I would have been harassed for copying her again. Red says in her note, I did not let Nana know everything I said in this conversation. I would have had no reason to. Everything I said was genuinely thought of, or sorry, everything I said was as I genuinely thought and experienced speaking to a friend I trusted. All right, red goes. You're the best. Nell says, nah. And the red goes. The cut might be coming out sooner than we planned because conflicts with our release. Nano goes, oh no, what a disaster. And then red goes, yeah, there's another creators thing coming out and wants to make sure Cinder is released ASAP. Nano goes, damn, you know what it was? Not exactly. That's a while up. Trying to rush. Nano goes, pretty hype having my art on the GG Cup. Red goes, waiting to hear back about moving the release up though. Yeah, we're super excited to be the first with your art. Let's see. Has to move it up to make sure we have the first Nano Cup. It's gonna be big. Nano says she's excited. Let me know. Give you the dates. Red then says it was supposed to be towards the end of June, but we're waiting on confirmation. Could be within the next few weeks. Nano says, let's go. Red then says the only thing with your art on it could be coming out soon, and we're gonna be Sonic Speed on this bitch. Nano says other thing. Red then goes, but they still want the art at AX, probably without the cups being on sale. Red then says, yeah, wait a minute. Nano has another emoji response. Red goes, I thought you would have been told. Okay, so I'm probably not supposed to say anything, but Red then just, sorry, Nano just says red. Red goes, you gotta keep this between us. Nano says, of course. Red goes, no leaks. I'm leaking excitement. No, you can't even do that, or I'll send the gorilla that beat me up the one time to your house. Yeah, I'm guessing they're just messing around at this point. All right, more serious stuff down here. Okay, so Cinder has been super excited about that after the first couple of art, like super big deal with the cool double-sided two-color effect. She was talking to Blank and Blank today about upcoming events from other creators just because she was curious, and Blank was teasing feed her. He mentioned the new cup he pitched at the head of GamerSups, and they agreed to seeing a certain piece of art, and it'll be used on the first kind of this cup. The new cup, instead of a normal transparent white cup art, is a full body color art piece. Don't know how the cup will end up looking though. This is top secret. You cannot say anything to anyone, not even blank. This was technically between him and Cinder, and I should know about it, but I'm the manager. Nano just button matches. Red goes, I thought you knew. Then Nano goes, maybe it was a foreshadow. Red actually just blots out that message. Oh, but it does come alive here. All right, we got a paragraph from Red. This new full body color art cup is of silver, and it's basically in the same part of production as Cinder, and it has your art. What Blank told Cinder is that it was something you drew for silver, or you drew for silver for Blank, and it was never used, so it's being reused here. After Blank pitched the idea to make it, so Cinder starts panicking about it. We have no clue when they plan on releasing the cup, but if it's before Cinder, it won't be the first Nano Cup. Not only that, but Cinder said the hand with the heart positions are really similar, which isn't your fault since you didn't know anything about this. And if Cinder's cup was released after hers, it would be more fuel for the ongoing drama between them, and Cinder will get more hate about it. Plus, hers is a brand new full art color cup, while Cinder would have a normal waifu cup, which would be overshadowed in comparison. So Blank was doing overtime coordinating Blank to try to work out Merge's plan to get her cup out ASAP. So there's a lot of unspoken drama between Cinder and Silver. Only me and a couple of other people know everything. It's important we get Cinder's out before her. Okay, I think we're at a good stopping point for now. I'll read to here, and then we're gonna stop for today, and then we'll come back to this later. Because so I've been live for what, like 2 hours now? All right, let's finish this off real quick. She has a drama with Silver. There's been a lot of misunderstanding and coincidences. The internet thinks Cinder copied everything about Silver, and it's basically confirmed that Silver doesn't like Cinder because of it. It's kind of sad the other two babies aren't getting along well. Cinder has raided Silver multiple times, and she's the only one that Silver won't say her name. Silver was at Cinder's debut last year. Cinder started growing fast. Not even a month later, contacts you about a model from you herself and rushed for her birthday. There's more instances like that, but Silver refuses to follow, acknowledge, or interact with Cinder at all, and it's assumed Cinder copied her. It sucks because she didn't. Ironically, Cinder is only Cinder because of Silver, not because she copied her. It's the complete opposite. All right, history lesson. Before Cinder was Cinder, she was Tashi with an ASMR channel, which she still does. Red says in her note, Silver didn't like Cinder and how she responded to Cinder's rage in the past experiences. We had to infer that Lily's reaction to her rage, along with her behavior, signaled that she had a problem with Cinder. All right, I'm gonna write down which page we're on, just so I don't forget it. And I think I'm going to stop for today because that is a lot of reading. I will be picking this back up, so I'm not dropping reading this. I don't know how long it'll take me to read the entire thing, but this will be picked back up at least partially tomorrow. So we're on page 25. My pencil lead is like all broken, I think. Do I have a pen? Maybe I do. We're on page 25. Okay, that is where I'm going to end this for today. I will come back to it tomorrow. So yeah, that's about it.